Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Abby, I'm with Fitness is Medicine, and today we're going to focus on your back. I'm going to do back school. So I want to give you a few tips on how to protect your back, on how to move around if you are having back pain, and how to avoid flare-ups of back pain if you know that you are prone to having back pain. So we're going to start off with just thinking about engaging your core. So many times what happens is you don't think about engaging your abs and then your back takes over. Or poor posture can contribute to back pain. So when you move around, thinking about all of those things, thinking about engaging your tummy, engaging your glutes, they all contribute so that all of these muscles fire correctly and your back doesn't try to have to take over. So let's lie down on the floor first and do TA squeezes. Now, your TA is your transverse abdominis, which is this low muscle across your bottom of your torso here. And the easiest way to engage that is to think about coughing, and that those muscles automatically contract. So lie down on your back, which first of all is a really good position for your back. And what you want to do is think about, like I always say, flattening your back to the floor. So that's what that does, is it gives you a little bit of a posterior pelvic tilt and engages that transverse abdominis. So thinking about, it's a small movement, but thinking about really squeezing here, and that flattens your back to the floor, and then release. Now, it's a small movement, but it's really effective at tightening those muscles, putting that pelvis in the proper alignment, and relieving back pain if you do have it, but also starting to work on engaging those muscles and strengthening them so that they can continue to support that spine. And rest. So if you're having trouble engaging that, you can think, okay, I've got my hands behind my back here. Now I'm going to try to flatten them. Crush those hands. And rest. Now, try to hold it for 4 to 5 seconds. So really focus on holding that. Now don't hold your breath. So before you go, flatten it and go. And breathe out through that contraction. Take a breath before you go. Breathe out through that contraction. Try that 10 times. And you can, this is something you can do regularly. It's not going to create too much fatigue. It's a good thing. You can maybe do it before you get out of bed in the morning. Bend those knees, work on those posterior pelvic tilts, really working on contracting those tummy muscles. Now, another great position to be in if your back hurts is on your back, just like this. Put your feet up on the coffee table or a chair, or even a ball works really well, and just relaxing. And that allows, generally when people talk about their back going out, it's that those muscles are in spasm and they won't relax. They're trying so hard to avoid whatever pain is, that is producing, that they're in spasm. And so they're just hurting. And so putting your feet up like this, I also like to use a ball because my ball's a little bit higher, or a coffee table. If you have a tough time getting down on the floor, you can lay down on your bed and have somebody help you by bringing a ball or a bunch of pillows or something put under your legs like this. And this is just a good way for your whole back to just calm down. You can also work on TA squeezes from here. You're already flat, and it's an easy way to do that. Just tighten those tummy muscles, flatten it even further. But just relax in this position. This is a really safe, neutral position to let those muscles just calm down. Now, when you get up out of this, you also have to be careful so that they don't re-engage, right? So the easiest way probably is to roll over onto your side and then do that floor to stand transition that we work on, where you put one foot up, bring that torso back over your hips, Take your time on this so that you don't get dizzy, and then stand up. Okay. So those are some good ways to start off. I'm going to pull up my camera here. Now, oftentimes, when your back kicks in and starts hurting, it's because we're doing something where you're putting that pressure on your low back. So if you think about your posture, think about pulling those shoulders back, head back, like you're pulling a rope up through the top of your head, or a rope is pulling the top of your head up. This position, this rounded lower back, is very common. You see it everywhere. So what that does is it puts those muscles in a compromised position. So if you go to pick something up and you're like this, and you go to pick it up, guess where all of the load for that object that you're picking up is going? Right here. So there are a few different ways we can pick something up safely. So I've got my can of tomatoes here. One way is to bend like a squat, right? So sit your hips back, tummy tight, and then stand up. As you stand up, squeeze those glutes. So we can practice that. These are squats, right? This is what we work on with squats. So really sticking your hips back, engaging that core, keeping it straight so that we don't end up doing this, right? Because that's where the fulcrum is. That's where the point of pressure goes to if we round at your back. So you really want to think about leading with your chest and pick that up. As you come up, squeeze those glutes. All of it has to engage together to help protect that back. Tummy tight, squeeze those glutes. Okay, so that's the first way we can work on picking things up. Another way is sort of that lunge that we work on, right? So stagger your feet and pick it up. But the same rules apply. My back is straight, not hunched. I don't want to put that pressure there. But I'm staggering my feet so it's a little bit easier to pick that up. So it's a little bit of a lunge. Many times people will say, well, it hurts. I don't want to bend my knees because my knees hurt. So I, pick things up like this. Your knees may hurt a little bit, but if your back hurts, if you're dealing with back pain, you know that it can be very debilitating. So thinking about strengthening those quads, strengthening those glutes, working on those different ways to pick things up. So I've staggered my feet. These are the lunges that we work on, right? And these are the reasons that we do all of these exercises so that you can do them properly and avoid pain. So you can work on it, especially if you know that you are prone to back pain but you're not having any right now. Think about practicing these. Tummy tight. Before I even go down, I've got my tummy tight. Both knees are bending. I'm picking it up and I'm keeping my back straight the whole time. So tighten my tummy. Don't let this thing happen. Lead with your chest. Tighten your tummy. Down. As you stand up, squeeze those glutes. They all have to work together so that one area doesn't try to take over. Okay, so we've talked about those. Squat, pickup, staggered feet, or lunge pickup. Another way is a golfer pickup. Think about how when people pick up their ball out of the hole or pick up their tee. Now, this is those airplane walks, right? All those airplane walks, you're strengthening your hamstrings by doing those. And same rules apply though. Tummy tight, back straight. Now, the goal with this one though, see my leg is staying pretty straight. My knee is engaged, more of an athletic stance. It's not locked out straight. But your back is protected because this leg is coming back as a counterbalance. So I can pick it up. Same thing though, engage your tummy. Engage this glute as you go to stand up. So you can practice that without any weight. I mean, this isn't much weight, but you can practice that without too much weight. You may need something for balance to practice this, especially thinking about shoulders back, back straight, tummy tight, squeezing glutes. Every single one of these, those rules apply. So you can practice. I've got my chair here. I can practice that with some balance. That's okay, especially if this is challenging for you. But that leg goes back as a counterbalance so that the back isn't working. You're engaging your hamstrings and your glutes there, but that's okay. That's where they should be working. Okay. So, common things that cause back pain. I hear people say, well, if they're working on their car or if you're cooking because you're in this position for a long time. Excuse me. Staggering your feet. Brushing your teeth can be the same thing. Now, one thing you can do is open up your cabinet. You may need to move some stuff around, but washing dishes, cooking, brushing your teeth, washing your face, either just stagger your feet and do that where you've got your tummy tight, your glutes are tight, but if you open up your cabinet and you can put your foot inside, that gives you a weight. So you're putting your weight here versus here. So if you can somehow do that when washing dishes, there's a cabinet there, right? You can open it up, maybe move a couple things, put your foot in, washing dishes, still being mindful of tummy tight, back straight, not doing this type of thing. So this is all going to take a lot of practice if this is something that you deal with regularly, or even sometimes. But that 1 foot forward, and I know that's hard in many situations. Vacuuming, 1 foot forward. You can keep those knees staggered and work on that. Keep, follow the vacuum like this and then bring it back instead of working on, working here and getting all the way around you. Work on, follow it all the way, bring it back. Follow it all the way, bring it back. And if you do have to get into a tighter space, work on staggering those feet, tummy tight, chest tall. All of those things. All of the same rules apply. It's just thinking through it and thinking, how do I do this without pain? Laundry, same thing. You might have to squat down to get all those clothes out and then stand back up. So keeping on working on those squats, keeping on working on those quads and your glutes so that they can stay strong. It's really common, I know, to be able to do this and get everything out of the dryer, but that's where that pressure is going, right here. Hopefully you have a little pedestal and your dryer's a little higher, but still you have to bend down a little. So be careful. Those are those things to think about. Staggering your feet or squatting, keeping that back tall, squeeze your glutes as you stand up. All of those daily tasks that can really, picking up garbage out of the garbage can. Put the garbage can close to your center of gravity and pull here or have someone help you pull it out. Those are all things that can cause back pain. Okay, so let's talk about a few things to stretch if you are in that. So first of all, the TA squeezes, your foot up on a ball, your feet up on a ball or a chair. You may need to do this next to a wall or something, but you can bring your knee into your chest and stretch like this. So it's not like a long hold, but just giving your glutes and your back a little bit of a stretch. Pull your knee, give it a good squeeze, relax. So do those for, 5 or 10, whatever feels good. Another way you can, if you sit in a chair and just reach forward between your legs, that's a good stretch for your low back. Now you can just do that, or if you use a ball, you can reach forward like this, putting your weight on that ball. So I'm stretching all through here. If this is on fire, if this is spasming, trying to get it to stop and stretch, you can go to one side. Now I want you to hold these for 15 to 20 seconds, 30 ideally, but find where it's painful, find where it feels good to stretch, and then breathe through it. Good. One more good stretch is if you can cross your leg over and pull that knee into your chest. This stretches through your glutes, but it can also, like that low back pain gives that whole area a good stretch. Hello, Baloo. We're almost finished. Bring your other foot up. Pull it towards your opposite knee. You can also sit. Just sitting like this can be a really good stretch. Hi. And relax. Okay, if you need more ideas or if you're have any questions on those, you can always message me, send me a private message, or leave a message in the comments. Okay, thank you everybody. Have a good workout. This isn't really a workout, but they're really good things to try at home, even if you don't have back pain. These are really good things to implement and to work on. Okay, thank you everybody, and we'll see you next time.